And we are live. What's up, everybody? My name is Weston. If you guys don't know, I'm sure all of you do by now. This video is just going to be me talking about two potential deals that have happened recently. One that I just picked up yesterday. I got a really cool flip. Well, not really cool, but I know it'll sell really quick, so I'm really excited. So yesterday I picked up a Nissan Frontier. It is a 2000 model, 4-wheel drive, mid-size truck. And the reason I chose this, I'm just jumping right into this, by the way. But the reason I chose this is that it is a mid-size truck. It gets great gas mileage. You get a truck bed, so it's a necessity. It can do multiple things, unlike a car in our area. And there's lots of labor and stuff involved. There's tons of farms. People will buy these vehicles as tax write-offs. I just do better with trucks in my area. And that's one thing that we teach is to, learn your area. And once you know what, sells best in your area, it's a piece of cake. You can flip them, in 5 days, 4 days, 3 days. But I bought a Nissan Frontier. What I noticed is gas is going up, at least in my area. I mean, I don't know. I don't know if it is in yours, but in my area, gas is going up. So I know that if gas is getting higher, people are going to start thinking, not necessarily acting, but they're definitely thinking about, hey, I need to get much. So a mid-size truck, this truck gets like 28 miles to a gallon or 20 something miles to a gallon. It has a truck bed. It's a full 4-door. I'll show you guys in a little bit. It's in the garage. Full 4-door, 4-wheel drive, so it can do multiple things. And I picked it up for $1,850. It needs one thing. It's got a little shake on it, but so the reason I chose it was, for those simple reasons that I always stick to things that I know. I know that trucks sell well, so I try and stick with trucks or SUVs because they are multi-use vehicles. A lot of people will have a car and then want a boat, but they don't have to have a nice truck to pull their boat. So I know that, you can't pull it with a car. So I always, think about everyone else and think about what, everyone in my area would need, not necessarily yours, but, once you start to, learn that and, analyze all the vehicles coming up and down the road, when you're driving, just kind of look up and down the road and see what's coming down the road. If it's, if you see mostly trucks, then that means, trucks are probably in high demand. And then, after you realize, hey, there's mostly cars and mostly trucks, think, why is that the case? If you're in the city and you see mostly cars, it's probably because you're in the city. A truck would be kind of pointless if you're in a massive city compared to a car. It's just a lot, it's not as needed. So once you do that and you analyze that, just kind of start dialing in on that and then start searching for things. If you want something cool, then do that and then master the prices of those. And then once that deal pops up, you will know instantly. Instead of always having to use Kelley Blue Book, I say I want a Silverado Ford Raptor. I definitely won't be buying one of those right now, but that's a cool car that everyone knows. So I was just using an example. Say I want a Ford Raptor. Kelley Blue Book might say for like the ones with the 6.2s, like the 2010 or whatever, they're cheaper now. Kelley Blue Book might be say $32,000 for one. But if you're seeing them anywhere from 28 to 45 consistently, know that whenever you see the next one at 28, you know that it's firm. Go, hey, find a deal that's in the middle of the pack. So 28 to 45 for the Ford Raptors. You find one for 35 and you go, hey, I'll negotiate down to 27. It's probably not going to happen because that's such a big percentage of the price. But if you found one at 28 and negotiated down to 26 to 24, it's way more likely because 28 to 26 is 2,000. But going, hey, I really like this color, but 35 to 28 is a big difference compared to the 2,000. So you really want to find one at the low end that's decent, or not necessarily, but you want to find one, in the, after you found the range of the car you're looking for, if it's Camrys or whatever, and then negotiate down. So now you found a good deal, and then you get it even lower. And then what you do is you don't sell it back. In my opinion, you can do it any way you want. This is just how I do it. You don't sell it back, at the top of the range or the medium of the range. I try and sell it back for a good deal to give someone incentive to click on my ad before everyone else's. So then I get all the potential customers funneled into mine, in my ad, my listing, instead of everyone else's. And another thing would be good pictures to also help that, make it more appealing, on that scroll page. But the first thing they look for, I promise you, before they click your ad, is the price. So yes, you can make 500 more, if but it might sit for 3 weeks. Is it really worth it? You're going to stress out. You're going to be second guessing everything. Is this really, worth it for me? In my opinion, from my experience, this is just my view, is it's better for me to, get the quick sell. And that's the way I do it. So once again, analyze a good deal. So if you're looking for Camrys and they're $4,000 to $8,000 range is what you're finding. A lot of times I have people say, "Hey, I found one for 6,500. Think I can get it down to 4?" Maybe, but if you find one for 4 and then try to negotiate down the same way, you can get it for 3. So now you're below everyone else, and then you go and sell it back at 4 or back at 42 to keep it on the low side. So it creates that funnel and gives incentive for people to click on your ad. And that's like, I have friends back home and they'll send me deals and like, but I really like this one. But they know that it's high, but they're just asking me to see if there's any way that they could get it down. So that's just what I do is, I don't always use Kelley Blue Book, or we have an app called Black Book, my old dealer, and it's a little more accurate. But I literally once you find what you like, just see so many that you just know. And it takes time, but it literally becomes a piece of cake. I bought one yesterday. I didn't check Kelley Blue Book, anything. $1,850. I knew that anyone that needs, it's a Ford front, or it's a Nissan Frontier. If anyone's on here that's hadn't heard or just checked in, but I know that it's $1,850. You get a full drive. You're getting a full 4 doors. You're getting a truck bed. You can haul stuff. Anyone will pay $2,900 for a truck. It's something as a utility vehicle, because you can't hardly get a four wheeler for that. You definitely can't get a side by side, and it'll do everything a side by side will do. It's mid-size, better gas mileage. You can go down the freeway with it. So that's what I know. And then also on top of that, in my area, farmers will write them off. They don't care about price. They'll have to write off a certain amount. So, like we have a farm and we have to write off so much, or, it's smart to. So they might not even write. I mean, they might ask you to write more, but it's just different how it works. But just understand your area. And then after you understand where you're at, if you're in the city, it's, it may be more cars that sell better because you're in the city, a truck's not needed. So then after that, pick out 1 to 2 to 3 cars or whatever that you want to try and find. If you want a Camry, if you want a Civic, go for it. Find, the margin of play, like what everything's selling for. The Camrys, you go back 45 days, and maybe they're on there and they've sold and they haven't taken the ad off yet. That happens all the time. You can text them and say, "Hey, did you sell your car? If you don't mind me asking, what did you sell it for?" "Oh, I sold it for 65. Okay, well now you know that car will sell in your area for 65 because that guy sold it for it. So there's really easy ways to get, this kind of learn, the gap of the car you're looking for. And after that, it is a piece of cake. You just wait for one to, update. And once you update and you see it, oh, it's only been on for an hour. That's why I say all the good deals are found, within the first 24 hours or so, because once you found what you want, you just know. And you go, that's a good deal. And then negotiate down a little bit more so you get a little more wiggle room, and sell it back for a good deal. So then it is a good deal for the next buyer. I've tried to put it on the high spectrum, and I'd get like 2 messages a week, and it was miserable. So I lowered it. I was expecting too much from it. It was a Dodge Dakota. I'll never forget it. But I just expected, like, I was like, I'm gonna make so much money, 3 grand profit off the $3,000 truck. When I should 4 and probably would have sold it the next day. But I was expecting so much. So um just keep flipping them, keep turning, or however you want to do it. But that's how I do it. My brother just got started. He is, in a very common position right now. He has school debt, and he's looking for a job right now. He wants to be a teacher. And so he was like, "Hey, will you help me, flip my first vehicle?" So I was like, "Yeah, I'll do it for sure." He came to me with 1,100 bucks. It wasn't much. And I found him a deal, and it was just a guy that my dad knew. It wasn't, at an auction, just any your typical, friend of friend that has a vehicle. Ford Ranger wanted $1,100 for it, or 1,200. I got them down to 8. Didn't even really use anything. Just talking in person or on the phone it's harder for them to say no. And when you're in person, you have the cash right there, so they're more willing to take it. And I got them down to 8. My brother went from 800 bucks in 5 days to 1,600. He doubled his money. He had 100% return in 5 days. And that's so cool. Like, about this kind of, market is you don't have to have a lot of money, and the returns are so big, especially when starting out. It's really cool. So, off $1,000 car, sometimes people can, make 1,000 off $1,000 car, or it'd be like a $1,400 car, and you get it down for 1,000, and then sell it back for 2,000 sometimes. Not always, but the returns are so big on budget vehicles. And if you Google the average bank account, like, amount for US citizen, it is low. It's like $2,000. And that's like averaging out like the super rich people, with everyone else. But it's like 2,000 bucks is what the average bank account is. There's like a state one, and Arkansas is way low. So it might vary, but that also has a place. So budget vehicles, if you don't have a lot of money, that is a really cool thing. That budget vehicles can help you and benefit. So I really like doing budget vehicles. I like to analyze budget vehicles because the profit gains off such a little investment are so big. But there's pros and cons to each one. So you may have to be more careful with one because they potentially have a greater chance of having more issues. It's more common, but if you're careful and you kind of study that type of car, Google some things before you look at it, you can try and avoid that and definitely decrease the chances of it happening. But say you bought 10 $1,000 cars for 10 grand, and sold them for 800 a piece, or 1,800 a piece, which is very common. So it's not far fetched. You'd be at 18,000, and if you could do that in 1 month, that's crazy. And it's not always going to happen like that, but it's a lot easier than you would think. Once you get the hang of being able to identify a good deal, by what I was saying is, find the highest end of your Toyota Camry or whatever, find the lowest one you found in the last 45 days. See, if they're all similar, you don't want one that's a rebuilt title, all clear titles, blah, 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 whatever your criteria is, find that gap and then wait for the next one to be updated. And in my opinion, this is just me, you'd want it on the low side. And then now that you're on the low side, it's a good deal. So then you negotiate down by simply, getting on the phone or meeting them in person. It doesn't even have to have issues. It's just being able to talk and kind of persuade and, get it down to a great deal. And then I sell it back for a good deal. So it's a real simple concept once you get the hang of it. It does take time. It's super addicting, super fun. Super glad I got the opportunity to do this with you guys. I've been doing it since I was 15. But yeah. So let's see if I can take you to my truck. It's dirty, messy. Let me take you to the garage. Paid $18.50. Here we go. It's not a pretty color, really, but she'll do. she'll do. There she is. $1,850, guys. Look at that. There you go. Anybody will buy this truck. Anybody will pay $2,900 for a four-wheel drive, full four-door truck bed. There's headlights, by the way. I'm gonna, do a little restore kit. You wet sand them and polish them. Really, other than that, the truck's great. I love this truck. Honestly, you get good gas mileage. Haul your buddies, whatever you want to do. It makes me excited, honestly. That's it. $1,850 to turn it into, close to 3,000 or 3,000. And it wouldn't be like crazy for, you or I to do this in my area. This, if you're in the city, it'd be a car. But if you find the right deal, it wouldn't be crazy to do this in a week. If you, or whenever you get the title back or whatever, in a week to double your money almost or make $1,000. So super cool. Super, super cool. I'm going to walk down here. It's not like the most dope car. Pretty sweet though. It's just a little truck, but it's a good truck. I haven't cleaned it. I'm about to wax it. And probably clay bar. I don't know if I'll go that far since it's kind of more of a budget vehicle, but interior's fun. Everything's good. Cold air, AC, radio, and, the tires are worn in the back kind of and the front, but, it's such a low price that, they'll be okay with it, like it is, but super cool that you can, do that. I got this yesterday and I'm really excited for this one just because it's a decent looking vehicle for, whatever I price it for, but, it's fun. I can't wait to, see you guys flip. I want to give a big shout out to, Andrew. He bought a Camry and I was at the auction yesterday, right? So he bought one for $4,300, 2009 with like 158,000 miles or something, I believe. I was looking, there was like 7 of them through the auction. 2 of them were within like 10,000 mile gap. They were both 09s. One went for like 5,300 or 5,100, and one went for like 61 or 6,400. This is at a dealer auction, meaning the dealers expect to sell it for, $1,000 to $2,000 to $3,000 more than that price. And that's not even including the dealer fee. Yeah. What's up, man? So I want to give a huge shout out to him. The market may be different here for Camrys. I did say Toyotas are higher here, but still, like, that's so much difference that he's definitely going to do better than break even. And, all he's doing is all the work was done at the beginning. So that's the hardest part. Do the work at the beginning. All the hard work's done now for him. It's just a waiting game. And I don't know. It was really cool. It opened my eyes for Camrys. I was like, dude, maybe I should be looking for Camrys myself. So super cool. I want to give a shout out to Angel. Angel's flipped 3, I believe, or maybe he's on his 3rd flip, all for profit. Dude's killing it. That's sweet. Doing better than me right now. So it's super fun. Taking action is the hardest part. Andrew said that. He sent me a video and, it was just like taking action is the hardest part. And that's true. Super easy. After that, you post it and wait. Go about your life. If you have a job, just kind of wait. After work, meet a guy that wants to look at your vehicle and sell it. And it's easy as that. It's super cool, though. I'm about to clean this. I'm about to get off here and, get this thing shined up and posted. But so one last thing. I don't have my cell phone. Never mind. But I just I'm about to list my Toyota RAV4. I wanted to make sure it's more of like a soccer mom car. So I spent so much more time cleaning that than I will this truck that I'm like leaning on, because I know that, it's a newer model. It's 08. It's completely loaded out. I know a mom's going to get it or a husband's going to evaluate it for his wife. So I know it needs to be spotless. I know I need to minimize anything they can leverage me down on. So I spent tons of time on it, but the profit margin on it, this is a safe side, is like 1900 plus. So that one I'm going to spend way more time on because I know who I'm targeting. This one, I know who I'm targeting, and I'm going to wax it, make it shine real well, and make sure it runs real well with cold AC. Other than that, I'm not going to, like get every single little stain out of the carpet because I know the type of buyer. But it's super simple. After that, guys, I hope this video helped. I get super excited about this stuff. If I go too fast, let me know. If I'm not explaining something enough, direct message me and let me know. I'd love to help. I'll give you a phone call. I don't care. Let's flip some wheels. Let's do this. I'm going to see you guys later. See you guys next week. Or if you guys want me to make a video on something specific, can't talk, I will. So hope you guys have a great day. Keep looking for deals. It's it can be tough at first. Gets super easy and super fun. When you're flipping stuff that you enjoy to buy and then sell when you want to for a profit. So hope you guys have a great day. I'm gonna get back to this Frontier. So I'll see you guys later. Peace.